will learn about democracy in India. Democracy is that form of government in which the state power is held by the citizens. The term democracy is derived from the Greek words demos, meaning the people, and kratos, meaning the power or rule. Democracy is thus a political system in which all the members of society have equal share of political power. People elect their representative to work on behalf of them. In ancient times, democracy was practiced in Greek and Roman states. Several events like the American War of Independence, the French Revolution, and the Indian freedom struggle had aided in spreading the idea of democracy. The ideals of democracy form the basis of a democratic government. In a democratic country, the citizens of the country hold the supreme power. They choose their representatives through public elections. Legislatures, thus elected, take decisions on behalf of the people. In a democratic polity, people are guaranteed their fundamental rights. India follows the system of parliamentary form of government. It is that form of government in which members of the cabinet are selected out of the members of the parliament, and legislature has full control over cabinet. This ensures accountability of the cabinet and checks misuse of power. Being large in terms of size and population, India follows indirect democracy, where the people take part in governance through their elected representatives. Therefore, free and fair elections are very crucial for a democracy. The Constitution of India has therefore engaged the Election Commission of India, an autonomous and statutory body that is responsible for conducting impartial elections. Political parties play an important role in the Indian democracy. Indian political history has witnessed the formation of several national and regional parties which had given voice to national and regional aspirations. Members of these parties contest elections and get elected to become a part of the government.
Hi children, welcome everyone to grade 5, and today's subject is social. The topic is India's democratic government. So each country, they have their own democratic government. Same way we are in our India also, we have democratic government. Now, for example, in the ancient days, means in the earlier days, that is in the last chapters, we have seen that the people, the common people were ruled by the kings. What we call it as monarchy. Monarchy means the hereditary will continue, where a king will be there, again his son will be the king. So here it continues, okay. But after some days, what happened? We see that after India became independent, that after getting the independence, okay, after getting the independence in the year 1947, we were freed, okay. We started a government that is democratic government. Now, what is the meaning of democracy? A democracy is a system of government run by the representatives. What it is? Run by the representatives. Who will choose these representatives? That is, we people of the country in a democracy choose the representatives. How do we choose them? By voting them. Okay. Now, the people are the most powerful group. That is, the people are the most powerful group. They can choose their leaders. What is that? We can independently choose our leaders by voting, okay, in the elections. Democracy is a government of the people, by the people and for the people. What is this democracy? It is by the people, for the people and to the people. Now, this is different from the rule of kings. Okay, we know that it is totally different from the earlier kings and what is the run by the governments. Now, by these people now and also queens, means they were ruled by kings and queens, but now it is present days we have the government. Where kings and queens had the power, okay, they had the power, but here government has the power now. We will look after now, let us know or look at some of the features of a democracy. Now, the first thing we will come to know is the features of democracy. What are the features of democracy? The first thing I think you have in your textbook page number 11, you can observe you have some of the features of democracy. That is, the first thing, it is given that people can complain to the courts against those who do something wrong. What it is? A people can go and complain to the courts against those who do something wrong for them. The next thing, people have to follow the laws set up by the constitution. That is, we are supposed to follow some of the rules that is made in the constitution. People elect the leaders they want by voting. That we people elect through elections. Okay. The next feature is people have the freedom to share their opinions. That we have the opinion or to share our opinions. Freedom to share our opinions. The next one means here the people who are above 18 and above 18 can vote. Means we can select our leaders by voting. So here for voting, how many years old we should be? We should be 18 and above 18. The government must protect everyone's rights equally. Means we should not discriminate through religion or the education. We have to treat everyone equally. Next one, we have read that one of the main features of a democracy is that people get to choose their representatives in India. We choose our representatives through elections. How do we select them? Through elections. Now, what is an election? We saw that features of the democracy. The next is, what is election? An election is a method of choosing a representative by voting. How do we choose them? We choose the representatives by voting. They are held regularly of a fixed number of years. In India, they are held every 5 years. Every 5 years, we see the ministers changing. How do they change? When we select them by voting. The process, we have the process of election. The next one is the process of election. We have some process. How can we vote? The first is, before the elections, political parties share their ideas and plans for the citizens. What do? They share their ideas and plans for the citizens. They tell people about the candidates standing for election from their parties. We have different parties like Congress, BJP, JDS, like that. So here there will be a candidate in each party. They will canvass about their candidates so that we can vote them whom we want. The next one, on election day, means after canvass everything, on that election day, people go to polling stations and vote. So for voting, where do we go? We go to polling station. They are not required to tell anyone whom they voted for. So here it's not necessary, so that we can have to tell them that whom we are voting or whom we are selecting. Now, after the election, what happens? Here the votes are counted. Here the votes are counted. The candidate with the most votes wins. Means here, I think in your classrooms, the leaders will be selected. Means where we see the most votes, they will be elected as leader. Here also, the candidates with most votes will win. The political party with the highest number of winning candidates usually forms the government. The leader who win will form the government. party that forms the government is called the ruling party. Which party will win? That party we call it as ruling party. The leader of the ruling party becomes the head of the government. Means here the leader of the ruling party becomes the head of the government. They choose members of their party to form a cabinet. What do? They choose members of their party to form a cabinet. These members are responsible for different departments. So here they are the persons who are responsible for their different departments. For example, one member manages the agriculture department. We have different minister in different department. Yes, we have like now agriculture department or tax department, like finance department. Yes, we have different minister in different areas. Okay. While another manages the education department, we also have an education minister. Now, elections for different levels of government. Even now, elections are into different levels in the government. There are three, that is local election, state election and national elections. Which are the three different types that are local election, state election and national elections. How it is? By local election will be held in local government, state election will be held in state government and the national election will be in the central government. Now, the working of the government, how they work? The central, state and local governments have separate responsibilities. Now, you all go to school, headmaster, we see HM, principal or the management. The management will take place. Under the management there will be principal. Again under the principal we see coordinator. Again coordinator, below the coordinator the assistant teachers will be working. In the same way, in the government also we see different places. Now coming to the central, state and local governments, we have separate responsibilities. However, the central, state and local government work together. What do? They work together for the welfare of the people, for the goodness of the people. For example, the local government installs street lights. You all see street lights in the road? Yes. So here they take responsibility of installing the street lights. The state government distributes electricity to all the cities and villages. The central government gives permission for electrical projects and decides on the electricity prices to be charged. Now, let us learn more about these levels. The level 1 is the local government. The local government looks after the needs of the people at the village, town or city level. So here, what is the responsibility of the local government? What do? They take care or after the needs of the people of the belonging like village, town or city level. Okay. Now, it has two levels again in the local government, that is rural and urban governments. What do the rural government do? What do the urban local government do? Here, the rural local government is responsible for the welfare of people living in villages. Coming to urban, they look after the needs of people living in cities and towns. The next level 2 government is the state government. The state government take care of many things such as education, roads and so on for our well-being or welfareness of the state. The state government is made up of a state legislature. What it is? It is made up of state legislature. Okay children, the next is under the state legislature, a chief minister, a government and other ministers are seen in the state government. The next is level 3 is central government. The central government governs the entire country. What does they do? They govern the entire country. It deals with the defense of India. What do you mean by defense? Who protect us? So who will protect us? That is army. Here, the central government governs the entire country. It deals with the defense of India, relations with other countries, railways and shipping and so on. It is made up of the President, the Prime Minister and a cabinet of ministers. This is about the three levels, that is local government, state government and the central government. The next one, so here we have understood three different levels of the government. Now let us look at the central government. There are three sections of the central government, that is the parliament, executive and the judiciary. What is these central sections do? Here the parliament makes the rules or laws for the entire country. The next, coming to executive, they puts into action the rules and laws made by the parliament. Coming to the judiciary, it is totally different from parliament and executive. This judiciary upholds the laws and protects the rights of the people. The next one, let us learn more about the parliament. The parliament consists of three parts, that is, they are President of India, the Lok Sabha and the Rajya Sabha. The Lok Sabha consists of members elected by the people during the general elections. It is also called the House of the People. The Prime Minister is an important member of the Lok Sabha. Who is the important person? The Prime Minister is the important person of the Lok Sabha. The next one is the Rajya Sabha consists of members indirectly. Here in the Lok Sabha they are directly elected, but in the Rajya Sabha they are indirectly elected by different states and union territories. It is also called the Council of States. What it is called? It is also called as the Council of States. The Vice President of India is an important member of the Rajya Sabha. So here Lok Sabha means Prime Minister is the important person. Coming to Rajya Sabha, our Vice President is the important person. The next is the President. He is the formal head of the India. Here our President is the formal head of the India. They are elected by the members of Rajya Sabha. How they are elected? The President of our India is elected by the members of the Rajya Sabha, the Lok Sabha and the state legislator. Okay children, I think you all understood the lesson. We'll meet in the next class. Thank you children.